Hello students, good morning everyone. Today's our 8th class science topic is about sound. In sound we had already discussed up to propagation of a sound. Sound needs a medium to propagate. Now sound needs a material medium for its propagation. How can we prove it? With the help of a simple activity you can easily do at home. This is our bell jar. An electric bell is situated at the bottom. It is enclosed. A simple hole is made and a vacuum tube is connected to listen the sound through the vacuum pump. In bell jar, cork is fitted. Here switch is used and we connect this to electricity. When we switch on, the electricity is supplied. Initially the air is present inside this bell jar, and due to the presence of air means there is a medium present, gas. So electric bell vibrates and there is a sound is produced, and we hear the sound with the help of this vacuum pump. But after some time, the listening of sound the producing of sound becomes slow, and at last we can only see the electronic bell vibrate, but we cannot observe or hear any sound with the help of vacuum pump, because at last, after a long time, the air which is present inside the bell jar is completely gets out. Now there is no medium is present at last time, so we cannot hear the sound produced by the electric bell. So from this we conclude that in the absence of medium around the source, we cannot, sound is not being propagated. Okay. After that, moon has no atmosphere. The space above the atmosphere is also vacuum. If some explosion takes place on the moon, then the sound of the explosion does not reach on the earth. So the sound wave never reach the earth from the moon, because moon has no atmosphere. Okay. After that, nature of a sound wave. Sound waves are longitudinal type. Nature of a sound wave. Sound waves are longitudinal . Sound waves are longitudinal type because they make the particles of the medium vibrate in the direction in which they travel, not perpendicular. Vibrate in the direction in which they travel, not perpendicular direction. So sound waves are longitudinal in nature. Graphically we can represent sound waves with the help of the compressions and rarefactions. With the help of compressions and rarefactions. Generally these are the crest, these are the trough. Compressions are the regions where more density and more pressure occur. Rarefactions are the region where less density and less pressure is present. Similarly in crust and trough. From one crust to one trough, or from one compressor to another compression. The distance between two consecutive crests or two consecutive compressions is known as the wavelength, and which is denoted by lambda. 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 This is the symbol of lambda, and it is wavelength. Wavelength is the distance between the two consecutive crests or two consecutive trough. Similarly, two compressions or two rarefactions. Okay. After that, characteristics of a sound. Next is about characteristics of sound. Two sounds can be distinguished from one another by different characteristics. That is, first one is the pitch. Pitch is the sensation of the frequency of an emitted sound. Pitch is the sensation of frequency of an emitting sound. Faster the vibration of the source, higher is the frequency and higher is the pitch. Faster the vibration of the source, higher is the pitch. Higher is the frequency, and so higher is the pitch. As fast as vibrations are produced, frequencies also become high and pitch also high. A high pitch sound is called a shrill sound. High pitch sound is called a shrill sound, and a low pitch sound is called a shriek sound. Hoarse sound, low pitch sound is called a hoarse sound. Shrill sound is produced by humming of a bee, sound of guitar. Sound of guitar and humming of a bee. Hoarse sound is produced by car horn. Roar of a lion. Lion का गर्जना, roar. Okay. With the help of a ray diagram, this is the displacement. Here the displacement, similarly here displacement. In the above figure, low pitch note frequency is produced. This is the amplitude of vibration. So this is the low pitch frequency and this is the high pitch frequency. Okay. After that, loudness or softness. Second characteristic. Second is the loudness or softness. It is the sensation that depends upon its amplitude. It is the sensation that depends on its amplitude. Pitch depends on frequency. On which pitch depends? Frequency. Loudness or softness depends upon the amplitude. If amplitude of vibration is high, then sound produced is loud. When we strike a tabla top with more force, it vibrates and produces loud sound waves which have more amplitude. The loud sound waves carry more energy and can be heard at large distance. Okay? So, in this case, small amplitude, so less loudness, softness sound, and in this case, high amplitude, more loudness is produced. After that, next quality, next characteristics is quality. Quality or timbre, which enables us to distinguish between the sounds of same loudness and pitch. Quality or timbre, which distinguishes between same loudness or pitch. Those sounds which have same loudness or same pitch, then with the help of quality we can distinguish between them. The quality of the two sounds of same sound, loudness and pitch produced by two different sources are distinguishable because of different waveforms produced by them. The violin and flute, bansuri. After that, next is about intensity. Next characteristics is intensity. It is defined as the sound energy transferred per unit time per unit area. Intensity is defined as the sound energy per unit area per unit time. Placed perpendicular to the direction of propagation of a sound. Intensity is an objective physical quantity. It does not depend on the response of our ears. Thus, the unit of intensity is joule per second per meter square. Joule per second per meter square. This is the SI unit of intensity. It is also written as watt per meter square because 1 watt is equals to 1 joule per second. So, SI unit of intensity is watt per meter square also. Okay. After that, what is the difference between loudness and intensity of the sound? What is the difference between loudness and intensity? Loudness depends upon the amplitude, but intensity does not depend upon the amplitude. It is a physical quantity. Loudness cannot be measured by a physical quantity, but intensity of a sound can be measured. Okay, this is the basic difference between the loudness and intensity of a sound. Intensity of a sound can be calculated. After that, measure of intensity of sound. Measure of intensity of sound. dB. dB means small d, capital B. Decibel. It is measured in decibel. Human ear can pick up sound from 10 dB to 180 dB. Decibel. 10 decibel to 180 decibel. The loudness of sound is considered normal if it is between 50 to 60 dB. Normal if it is between 50 to 60. Okay. Above 80 dB, it can be tolerate for human ear. Okay. After that, speed of sound in different medium, that is in solid, liquid and gas. How is speed of sound vary? Speed of sound travels in a medium due to the transfer of energy from one particle to another particle of the medium. Speed of sound in case of solid is generally large, then liquid and then gas. In case of solid, speed of sound is very large. Since the particles of solid are close to each other, so transfer of energy from one particle to another particles takes place in a less time, hence the speed in case of solid is large. Okay, speed of sound increases from gas to liquid, liquid to solid. Okay, after that, next, effect of temperature on the speed of a sound. How the speed of sound is affected by the temperature. As the temperature of the medium increases, sound travels faster. As the temperature of the medium increases, sound travels faster. This happens because as temperature increases, particles of the medium collide more frequently and hence the disturbance spread faster. Okay, speed of sound does not depend on the pressure of the medium if temperature of the medium remains constant. If temperature remains constant, then speed also constant because it does not depend upon the pressure of the medium. Okay, after that human hearing range. After that range of human hearing or human ears. Up to what range our ears can hear the sound? The human ear is able to hear sound in a frequency range of about 20 Hz to 20 kilohertz. It should be in mind that this is 20 Hz and this is 20 kilohertz. Our human ears can hear a sound between this range of a frequency because unit of frequency is a Hertz. Okay, this is the human hearing range. Below 20 Hz frequency range we are not able to hear the sound, and also about 20 kilohertz we are not able to hear the sound. This is the dangerous situation for our ears. Sound of frequencies less than 20 Hz is known as the infrasonic sound. Infrasonic sound less than 20 Hz or greater than 20 kilohertz are ultrasonic sound. Ultrasonic sounds. In medical sciences, in laboratories, ultrasounds are done where the frequency is greater than 20 kilohertz. Audible wave. Human ear is sensitive to sound waves of frequency between 20 Hz to 20 kilohertz. This is also known as the audible wave. Okay, infrasonic and ultrasonic. Quartz crystals produce ultrasonic wave. Earthquake produce infrasonic waves less than 20 Hz. Quartz crystal produce ultrasonic wave greater than 20 Hz. Okay, students, this is about the range of hearing. After that, music and noise. All sounds which produce the sensation of hearing. Now we will discuss about the music and noise. All sounds which are produce the sensation of hearing can be roughly divided into two categories. Distinction between music and noise is not very sharp, it is rather subjective. Music and noise. Music is a pleasant, continuous and effective sound. No uniform sound produced by regular and periodic vibrations. Produced by regular and periodic vibrations. For example, sound produced by piano, flute, violin, tabla, dholak, etc. Its sound level is usually between 10 dB to 30 dB. 10 dB to 30 dB. But in noise, sounds other than musical sounds are called noise. Other than musical are known as the noise. Irregular succession of disturbances, discontinuous sound. Sound produced when a stone is thrown on a thin sheet, noise. All the sounds level above 120 dB. Above 120 dB are noise, sound producing by DJ, etc. Harmful effects of noise. Noise pollution may result in the loss of hearing. Noise pollution reduces concentration and results in the loss of efficiency of doing work. Also, noise can cause loss of night vision as well as color blindness, and also noise causes anger, tension, etc. After that, how we prevent and control the noise pollution? Machines should be designed in such a way so that they produce the minimum sound. All automobiles generators should be provided with improved silencers internally in the machines. At homes, TV, radio, etc. should be placed at the lowest volume. Placed at the lowest volume. These are the preventions and steps which we use to reduce the noise pollution. Okay, student, this is all about music and noise. In next class, we will discuss about the wave terminology. Thank you.